Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am AttiDude back in another video. In this video, we're going to be learning the basics of Unity for creating a simple game or a complex game. But these are going to be the basics which you need for creating any type of game. The version of Unity that I'm using is 2019.3.7 F1. If you want to download Unity Hub, I'll give the link in the description. And to download Unity, you can just simply hit add and select one, hit next, install the components which you want, hit done. But if you've downloaded from the browser, like open up the download archive, then selecting the version of Unity which you want and downloading from there, and it will just download a setup which you can just install Unity and then hit locate where you have installed Unity. But we go to projects and create a new project with the version of Unity that we selected, that is Unity 2019.3.7 F1. Click on that, and here you'll see different templates. One is 2D, one is 3D, one is 3D with extras or with extra assets. One is high definition render pipeline. One is universal project template or universal render pipeline, which was known as lightweight render pipeline in the older versions of Unity. So I'm just going to leave that default 3D. I'm going to name this project tutorial, and you can select the location where you want to create the project. Hit create. Okay, we see our editor opened up. The first window is the hierarchy window. If you don't see it here, you can go to Window, General, Hierarchy. This layout won't be seen by default. You can go to Layout. This one is the default one, but I changed that to my custom one. You can just drag that anywhere. But I want to leave it like this. I feel better with this. This window here is the scene window. In here we see everything, every single object that are in the scene. We can just roam around by pressing right click and look around. WASD while right clicking will move the player accordingly. And you can even hit Q to move down, E to move up, and here is the perspectives of different axes. You can just set that to be middle one that turns the perspective to isometric. So it's just like that, and set it back to perspective. You can also set that to be 2D if you want. For creating 2D games, asset store here is not much required. If you don't find that here, you can just go here, Window, Asset Store, and get that. With the help of Asset Store, you can download any asset available on the Asset Store. If you open up Asset Store on the browser, it will say that open in Unity Editor, just because it will download directly, and then you can just hit import to import the packages. This window here is the project window. This window is very important because it shows the folder, the asset folder, and the packages folder where you can get different assets like the scripts or the assets you import like images, videos, audio clips, etc. And the packages folder contains all the packages that you installed using the package manager. Currently we haven't installed any, but these are provided by default with Unity. This window is the game window. In this window you will see every single thing that will be shown in the game. Basically, this will be the screen of the game. And you can also define the aspect ratio on which resolution you want to show your game. By default, you can just set to 16:9, or I feel better with 1080p, that is 1920 by 1080, or you can just leave to free aspect to fit in any device, mobile, console, PC, or any one. This window here is the inspector window. This window contains every single detail and components of the object that is selected. You can select multiple objects, but only the components that are similar in both of them will be shown. You can just go ahead and add your custom component and use script or already created components like camera is there. Then you can just like tile map, create a tile map, video player or AR, world anchor, any of them. You can also go to visual effect or any you would like, but most probably you just search the component. Like if I want collider, then I search and I get a list of different colliders. You can add component like that and hit and click on that. You can also remove component or just reset them to default value. Sometimes you see this, that the screen has turned white and you see here something is searched. You can just hit cross to clear that filter, and if you want to save the scene you can just hit Ctrl S and the scene saved will be in projects, settings or scenes maybe, and in sample scene. As you can see the title, the console window is a very useful window for debugging. In this window you will see all the debugs and errors or assertions here that will be listed. You can just hit collapse so that the number of counts will be shown, not the full list. The lighting window is not so important in the beginner stage, but you can use if you're an intermediate stage game developer. I'm just not gonna explain this now. Close tab. By the way, if you want that, you can get from the window, rendering, and lighting settings, and you can dock that here. I don't want that now. If you want to create your custom game objects, you can just hit right click in the hierarchy window, not in here, here, or here. Only in the hierarchy window bounds. Hit right click and you will see a list of different objects. You can modify any of them after creating. You can create an empty game object which will have no components except transform. I currently don't want that. You can play around with these values and also the values in the inspector, but I recommend first learn what is the use of each value and then modify, because playing around with these values without any knowledge could mess up the game. Just assume that you wanted to create a 2D game, but by mistake you created a 3D. What will you do? Create a new project? No. You have an option in the camera which is projection. You can set that to be orthographic, and now you can see that it is not rendering the 3D view. It is rendering the 2D view. You can just modify the size with your choice, but I'm just going to leave this to perspective. And then you can also create assets, like these are the assets. You can create a C# script. In Unity 5, you'll see another option of creating a JavaScript. After Unity 2017 beta, it was removed, and now you just see the C# script. You can create any of these assets freely, and I recommend you watch my channel videos for learning all of the basics of Unity. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you haven't liked yet, subscribe my channel yet, do it now. I'll provide more content like this. Finally, I am AttiDude signing out.